In this video, I'm going to break down all of the side projects that I worked on in 2020. In January, I started the year working on a video titled My Productive Workspace. I caught a little bit of heat in this video because some people thought that the desk setup was too minimalistic and it didn't have enough plants in it. I created a video reviewing the Oakywood laptop stand to help spice up my desk tour after the comments tore apart my desk setup in the previous video. By mid-January, I saw a viral tweet that someone had tweeted out showing off their incredible painting of Kanye West's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and I decided that I wanted it. I DM'd her, and within a few weeks, I received it in the post, and I created these photos for my Instagram. January 26 saw me working with Adobe in London's Excel Centre at the BET conference. This is something that I've been doing every single year since about 2016. During that week, I shot a bunch of photos and I also recorded a video for them to use on their social media to recap the week. In February, I don't think I created anything. It must have been a pretty busy month with my full-time role as a digital marketer. So yeah, let's jump to March. March saw me kick off a presentation I gave to students at White Hat, a career-focused apprenticeship company based in London that helps students get into companies like Google and Facebook. My 45-minute talk was titled How to Grow a YouTube Channel. If you want to see that video in its entirety, if you're interested in that kind of thing, you can find a link in the description below. Meanwhile, as I spoke at that talk, a little thing was spreading around the globe that not many people were too focused on. March saw me create 2 more videos for the channel, one focused on how I instantly improved my reading to help me read more, and a second reviewing my favorite iPhone case. At this point in March, lockdown happened in the UK and I was forced to do nothing for the following few weeks. I launched an Instagram account called Champion Thoughts, and this was an Instagram account that was based around quotes that I'd found really resonated with me over the years. I created these really cool graphics for them, and they were based on people like Steve Jobs, Naval, Gary Vee, Kanye West, and more. It didn't really grow that well, but what I did notice was that the Kanye West posts were doing very well. April rolled around and I decided to take Champion Thoughts and turn it into Yeezy Thoughts. I niched down that page just to Kanye as I saw that they were outperforming, and I just started producing many of these graphics based on a lot of his famous quotes. I used my social media skills to grow this account to over 15,000 followers in 90 days, and it's currently sat at 26,500 followers in December. But more on that later. As we were all locked in our houses, I didn't have much to do, so a lot of April was me focused on creating all of these graphics and getting ahead with these daily posts that I was creating on the Kanye West quotes. I also created a couple more videos. With my current job, I've been able to work from home for about 2 years now, so I've been working from an office and then some days of the week I'd work from home. So the switch for me being able to work from home and be productive was fairly easy, but I know for a lot of the world, most people had never really had the opportunity to work from home, and so I created a video on how to stay productive at home where I shared some of the tips that I found have worked for me. In May, I made my Deep Work Spotify playlist public. This is what I listen to when I work and drink my titanium tea, which is better than coffee. You can find a link to the playlist in the description below, and also a video where I talk more about Tim Ferriss's titanium tea and the benefits that it provides me. At this point in May, I went through Stephen James from Project Life Mastery's affiliate marketing course, which is super expensive and totally not worth it. I don't recommend that course. At this point, I went ahead and I created my own affiliate marketing website that I was going to grow called Notes of Advice. I produced assets such as the logo, I created all of the social media accounts, I coded large parts of that website and launched it. I wrote these articles, but after the end of that month, I kind of found that my heart wasn't into it. I didn't really like to spend a lot of my time writing articles. I'm someone who much prefers to make videos. And to grow something like that, you need a lot of consistency, and I just found that it wasn't for me. So I scrapped this side project. In May, I also hit 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. In June, saw me release 3 videos on my YouTube channel. The first was my favorite working from home product, the best wireless keyboard money can buy, and also an update to my home office and desk tour. In this video, I show a lot of the improvements that I made from that first video back in January. I installed a wireless charger, a new keyboard, I added some more plants. And I also would say that this is probably one of my favorite videos from this year. It's probably the one that I'm most proud of, as I really love the footage that came out of it. I feel like the desk setup was very clean, sleek and minimal with a bit more color, and I really like the desk setup that I currently have. In July, Yeezy Thoughts reached new heights. I started to charge for promos on the Instagram account. These were 12 hours and 24-hour feed posts and story posts, and I started to make a couple of £100, which is really useful. and I then used that to create more content to go back into the platform. On the YouTube side of things, I created a video about how I grew that account to 15,000 followers in 90 days. In that video, I broke down all of the tactics and thoughts I had on why I was able to organically grow this account at such a rapid pace. If you want to go ahead and watch that video, I'll also leave that linked in the description below. August rolled around and I created another video around the Instagram account. This time I showed people how to create these kind of Instagram carousel graphics that I've been using on my quote page. At this time of the year, I'd been in lockdown for so many months that I was getting particularly stressed, feeling like my life was, fleeting away. I was missing out on all of these opportunities and experiences that I currently can only have as a young person. And I started to get this anxiety that I was missing out, and obviously this lockdown was nowhere near done, and so I was stressing out, and I did a lot of research on this, and it turns out that there is this thing called time anxiety. I found a lot of advice online that really resonated with me, and so I decided to create a video showing my experience and some of these tools and tips that I had found online. September, I released the ultimate guide to turn your iPhone into a productivity machine. This was a 30-minute video and tweet thread detailing how to make your iPhone work for you and not you working for it. A friend of mine, Brinsley, produces music under the name Mr. Char, and he asked me to create artwork for a single of his titled Hype Man 2000, which you're listening to in the background right now. I did some research and created a rough draft of the kind of thing I wanted to create, but was with me on the front. I came up with a bunch of different ideas, and I decided that I was going to create a rough first draft of the kind of thing that I was thinking of making. I wanted to have him on the front, but obviously I couldn't create a first rough draft without him, so I decided to create it based on myself, and I showed this version to him and he loved it so much he wanted to use that as the final product. So now I am on the front of Hype Man 2000's artwork, and I'm on Spotify, which is kind of cool. I took a train to Cambridge to go and meet one of my YouTube inspirations, Ali Abdaal, and we spent some time in a coffee shop discussing both of our YouTube channels, and he really helped me with the direction that I wanted to take this YouTube channel in. We discussed a little bit about what he wanted to do with a YouTube course. He asked for my ideas on it, and eventually he launched that called the Part-Time YouTuber Academy, and I'll be talking about that a little bit later on. Overall, he gave me some really good ideas for this YouTube channel, and he reignited my energy levels when it came to creating content online. Plus, he subscribed to me, which was a small win. The end of September saw me release a video on the top 5 tech and apps that I recommend for digital marketers. In October, my girlfriend wanted me to create a couple of iOS 14 icons for her iPhone based on the 1975's album I Like It When You Sleep, For You Are So Beautiful Yet So Unaware of It. I live streamed the creation of these graphics on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter, and created a pack which I released on Gumroad for purchase. She was really happy with them, but I didn't really see anyone buying these because the 1975 do not have a really large fan base, and I didn't have a platform to advertise them to. I don't have any 1975 Instagram or Facebook accounts, and so there was no way really that I was going to be getting a lot of buyers of these packs unless they happen to Google search it and stumble across my Gumroad profile. But then I had the penny drop within my head where I thought, you know what, I can create Kanye West iPhone icons because I can then sell them to my 26,000 followers strong Instagram account. I went and asked my audience what album cover of Kanye's they would like to see me turn into iOS 14 iPhone icons, and the winner was The Life of Pablo. I created 64 icons which are now ready to be uploaded to Gumroad and sold to my audience. Be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you want to see me make a video on how many of these I sold and how much money I made just from selling these orange icons. In November, I start Ali Abdaal's Part-Time YouTuber Academy, and I create a video introducing myself to the 300 people strong cohort. He assigned homework for 4 weeks as we did the course, which saw me create 4 new videos. It's currently December, and I now have developed the habit of creating weekly YouTube videos, which is something that I was struggling to do previously, and have now started to see growth on my YouTube channel, largely thanks to the consistency that the Part-Time YouTuber Academy forced me to have. The rest of December saw me upload a video on talent stacking, a concept by Scott Adams in his book How to Fail at Almost Everything and Still Win Big. This resulted in him retweeting my tweet and causing a massive spike in views. This was the final push that I needed to reach YouTube's criteria of 1,000 subscribers subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to enable monetization. The end of December saw me release a video on first principles thinking, a huge 37-minute video listing the 20 life lessons I learned in 2020, and finally a video on my favorite things I discovered in December. I worked on a few more things both personally and professionally, which unfortunately I can't show in this video for one reason or another. I end 2020 with 1,400 subscribers and 26,500 followers on Yeezy Thoughts. Subscribe if you want, because next year, at the end of 2021, I'm going to make a video just like this, and I really want to compare sort of those follower counts and sort of see how much I've grown in the next 365 days. In 2016, I focused so much more on output than I did on consuming, and it provided me with a lot of opportunities that I never would have had, simply because I was putting that content out onto the internet. And the fact that all of those incredible opportunities came my way, I feel like that's why 2016 was one of my favorite years of my life. You know, when I think back to 2019, I feel like I did the opposite and flipped it, where I was consuming so much content, but I really wasn't creating, and I definitely wasn't putting it out online. And I feel like when I think back to 2019, there's not many things that I can really remember. However, in 2020, I feel like I shifted that slightly towards being more focused on creating and sharing in public again, as opposed to just consuming. In 2021, I want to focus more on having an 80-20 split when it comes to creating and consuming content online. I want to focus more on building in public and sharing my journey, whether that be through growing this YouTube channel or growing in that Instagram account, or any other side projects that I have planned for 2020. If you want to see what I'm going to be doing, then I recommend that you follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and obviously subscribe to this YouTube channel, as I like to be as authentic and transparent as I can be when it comes to sharing with you the things that are working for me and how I'm growing all of these different things. Click any of the end cards that you're seeing on screen right now if you want to go ahead and see some of the videos I'm most proud of this year. Also go ahead and click right here to check out all of the videos that I made in 2020. Thank you for watching this video. If you watched any of my videos in 2020, I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, give the video a like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Have a great day.